Yoga with Cynthia. I'm Cynthia Bialik, and both the host and the producer for this show. Irene Faithful is oftentimes here to join me, and together we are going to take you through slow flow yoga. So even if you've never participated in a yoga class, you might want to give this one a whirl. If you have a non-skid surface, or if you have your own yoga mat, why don't you get it at this time? We're going to come to the very front of our mats, and we're going to go ahead and lift our toes up in the air. And what we're going to do first is warm the core temperature of the body by going through some gentle movements, and then we're going to be continuing through yoga asanas, building a little bit of complexity as we go on. So as we lift our toes, I want you to really feel the ball on the heel of your foot, and you want to lift the arches of your feet. And as you lift the arches of your feet, you're lifting your kneecaps up, and you want to feel the spiral pulling up into your hips. Then relax the tailbone down. So you're feeling the kneecaps lift, tailbone drop, rib cage floating upward. Close your eyes for a moment, and I want you to feel movement out of the crown of your head as you let the neck become soft and pull the head up towards the ceiling. Now open your eyes, and we're going to shrug our shoulders up and around. Plant the toes back on the ground, and we're going to reach up just with our left arm, and we're going to move that left arm in a circle around the body, so releasing any tension you have in the shoulder there. And then we're going to take that left arm down, raise the right arm in the air, and give that arm a little move. So we do a lot with our shoulders in yoga. We want to make sure they're warmed up. Let's bring both arms back, and we're going to move those arms back behind the hips, stretching the front of the shoulder. We're going to rotate the shoulder. Bring your thumbs up in the air, and let your thumbs touch overhead. So we're going to stretch up long. Reach towards the ceiling, then turn your hands so they're facing in. Okay? So let's go ahead and turn the palms so they're facing out. That's externally rotating the shoulder. Then we're going to move the palms in to the anatomical position of the shoulder. And then we're going to reach forward and hinge at our hips. Now start to bend your knees and sit back behind your heels. And the Sanskrit for this is Utkatasana. We also call it mighty pose. Let's drop the hands onto our thighs, and we're going to drive the navel into the spine on the exhale. So deep breath here. Exhale, round out the back. And let's bring those arms back up in the air. Deep breath as you come down. Hands down, exhale, and round out the spine. 2 more times like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, and come up slowly. 1 more time. Deep breath in. Sit back, and exhale, come up. Now let's twist the spine to the right. Look over the right shoulder. And let's twist the spine to the left. Look over your left shoulder. And let's bring those arms up again. Reach up high. We're going to lift the right heel off the mat. Step back with your right foot. And bend your left knee. And let the shoulders come back over your hips. Look up in the air. Deep breath. Now on the exhale, we're going to fold forward. And as we do, I want you to reach down along your shin. So those of you that don't have the flexibility to go to the floor, you can place your hands just below your knee. If you feel more flexible and you can reach down to your ankle, you can go ahead and do that. And if you can reach for the mat, go ahead. Continue letting your head drop so you release any tension you have in your neck. And this is called side angle pose or side stretch. So it depends on what book you look in, but intense side stretch is typically what we call this pose. And you're going to bend that left knee, come back up, and return to Virabhadrasana 1. Look up in the air. And now we're going to do a little twist. Turn to the left, straighten that left leg, open all the way around to the left side of the room. And then drop those arms down, bend your knee, and turn to Virabhadrasana 2. Then we're going to come back to center, airplane the arms around, bring the arms in the air, Exhale, sit down in chair. Inhale, exhale up. And again, inhale. Let's go a little quicker. Put your hands down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come up. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, come up. Take those arms in the air. Left heel comes up. Step back with your left foot. And to Virabhadrasana 1, look up in the air. Breathe deep here. Exhale, standing twist. Turn all the way around to the right. Deep breath in. Open to Virabhadrasana 2. Deep breath in. And airplane the arms around and slowly fall into your right leg. Fold as close to the knee as you can. Hold there. Breathe deep in and out through the nose. Continue your slow breaths. And come back up. Lift your rib cage high. Step your feet together and you're in prayer pose. Now we're going to open the right hip and bring that right heel to the inside of your left calf. And just look down at the floor in front of you. Focus on your core, driving the navel into your spine. And this is a modified Virksasana tree pose. And if we want to spread our branches, we can reach up in the air. Spread those branches. Breathe here. And on the exhale, we're going to step back and open to Virabhadrasana 2 once again. Stretch the arms straight out from the shoulders. Now we're going to pull that left hip back. Slowly come down the outside of your left leg. If you feel you need to, stay on that shin. Open and look up to the right. Or you can bring that hand down to the mat. Continue opening the chest. Make sure your head's in line with your foot and your shoulders are stacked right over left. Drive the navel into the spine and open the chest. Look up into your right hand as much as you can. 2 more slow breaths in the pose. And on the last exhale, we're going to come back down into the mat and step back with your left foot. Hover the mat. Come down to your knees. Relax the top of the feet. Pull your chest forward. And we're going to come into upward facing dog, but gently roll the shoulders back. And if you feel you want to stay low in cobra, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward dog. Then we're going to drive the navel into the spine, curl those toes under, and return to Adho Mukha Savasana, downward dog. Stretch those shoulders, pull the heels apart and down. Walk your dog by pushing into one heel at a time. And then take your left leg up in the air. High, extending that left heel high. And on the exhale, send that left foot forward. Turn to the left side of the room and revolve triangle. Open the chest there. Try to look up into that left arm. Stacking the shoulders, left over right. And on the last exhale, you're going to bring that left arm down, step the feet together, come back up, and in prayer. Samastihiti. Let's open the left hip. Bring that left heel over to your right calf, and keep those hands in prayer, or lift them in the air. Spread your branches. Virksasana, tree pose. We're going to step back with that left foot and assume Virabhadrasana 2. Stretch the arms straight out from the shoulders. Then pull that right hip back. Slide your right arm down the shin or come down to the mat wherever you feel comfortable. Lift your rib cage high and hold there. Deep breath in and out through the nose as you hold. Lifting your chest as high as you can. Continue to breathe. And on the exhale, come down to the mat. Step back with your right foot. Hover the mat here. Come down to your knees. Relax. Slowly come down using the strength of your triceps and your chest. Come up halfway or all the way, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. And then back to down dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Pedal those heels down one at a time, and we're going to lift the right leg in the air this time. Right leg goes up. Right leg comes to the front of the mat. Turn to the right and open the chest. Stack your right shoulder over your left. Stay there and breathe. Now we're going to sweep that right arm down. Bring your feet together. Slowly come up. Palms in prayer. Now let's take that right knee up in the air. And we're going to extend that right leg out. Flex your foot. Bring it back in. And we're going to step out to the right. Interlace your fingers and press the heels of your hands up in the air. Then lift your chest and look up, letting the shoulders come back as much as you can. Breathe deep. And now exhale, and as you fold, try to reach out for your big toes. See if you can grab those toes. Pull your head straight forward, hinging at the hips. Stay there. 2 more deep breaths. Then on the last exhale, see if you can bring your hands to the middle of your mat and walk your feet just a little further apart with your toes turned in. If you can, bend your elbows and allow your head to come down, stretching out the back. Let your head continue coming down. Good. 2 more deep breaths as you continue to traction the spine. Now turn to the front of the room. Facing us here, you're going to plant the hands at the front end of your mat, and you're going to lift your right leg up in the air and open that right hip. Turn that foot all the way out to the side, and now open the chest to the right side of the room in half moon. Lifting the rib cage high, pulling that right hip back. Then soften the left knee, step back into reverse warrior, lifting the chest in the air. Take your right arm over to your left hip and look up. Deep breath in and out through the nose here. And come back down into the mat. Take your left leg back up in the air. Hold it here. And you're going to take that left foot in front of your right. Drop to the instep of your right foot and the outside of your left, or bring your left knee to the floor. Your choice. Turn and look up into Vasasana, side arm balance. If you can, push on the outside of your left foot and lift the right leg in the air. Then come back down into plank. And if you want to try coming down to Chaturanga Tadasana, slowly ease down into the mat. Upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Adho Mukha Savasana. Pull back, stretching the shoulders in the back. Step or jump. Come back up, Samastihiti. Interlace your fingers, press the heels of your hands up in the air. Pull your left knee up to your chest. Press out through your left heel, extend that leg. Then turn to the left side of the room. Lean back, lift the rib cage high. Now reach down behind your hips and interlace the fingers back here. Look up in the air. And this time, we're going to pull forward, bring the arms up and over your shoulders. As you come down, bring the arms up and over. Turning your toes in as you bring your arms up and over. can, drop your hands down to the mat. And if you choose to plant your head, you can do that. Even come up into a headstand if you choose. And turn to the front of the room. Plant your hands at the front edge of the mat. Lift off your left foot. Turn all the way around to the left side of the room and reach up with your left arm. Lifting that hip up high, reaching with that left arm. Lifting that hip up, opening the chest as much as you can. Then we're going to step back with that left foot. Reach up with your right arm. Pull back into that shoulder. Take your left hand around the right hip and look up. On the exhale, bring those hands down. Step back with your right foot and kick it up in the air. And we're going to cross that right leg in front of your left. Come to the instep of the left foot and look up into your left hand. And if you can, raising that left leg in the air. Hold it up. And then return to the mat. Slowly come down, Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Savasana, Adho Mukha Savasana. Pull back. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Samastihiti. Now let's draw that right knee into your chest once again, and this time you're going to cradle that leg like it was a baby in your arms. We're going to try to get that right hip to stretch. If you can, place the left hand on the dorsal part of your foot and reach up with your right arm. Now we're going to grab that big toe, and if you can, push it straight out. Turn to the right side of the room. Step your right foot back, and once again in reverse warrior, look up in the air. On the exhale, drop that left arm, reach forward again and lift your right leg, but this time you're going to reach back for that right foot. Grab your big toe and twist to the left. Revolved half moon with a toe hold. Then release that foot and open the chest to the left, stretching the left arm in the air. Step back and standing twist. And then come back down to the floor. Step back with your left foot. Come slowly down into the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Look up. Adho Mukha Savasana. Pull back. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Samastihiti. Take your left leg in the air. Hold on to that left foot. Stretching the dorsal side of the foot. Hold on. Bring that left arm in the air. Hold on to your big toe with your right hand. If you can, as you turn to the left, pushing that left foot straight out in front of you. Turn. Lift that through the crown of your head. Then we're going to step way back. Reverse warrior once again. Look up. And on the exhale, you're going to take that left arm down. Lifting the left foot in the air. We're going to reach back, grab that toe, and then go ahead and release it. Extend all the way out through the heel. Look up into your right hand. We're going to step all the way back once again. Standing twist. Looking back over the right shoulder. Bring those hands down to the mat. Step back with your right foot. Come down slowly, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Adho Mukha Savasana. Pull back. Now just stay there. 2 more deep breaths in downward facing dog. Now we're going to do a little twisting dog, and then we're going to do a little flipping dog. So we're going to take that right hand to the outside of your left ankle and twist your dog. Look to the left side of the room. See how that enables you to pull your heels all the way back and get a deeper stretch in the soleus and the Achilles. Now, twist to the right. Reach that left arm around to the outside of your right ankle. Look underneath your right shoulder. Replace those hands, and now lift that left leg in the air. And we're going to open the hip to the left side and move that leg around. So take a moment to open the hip, and then we're going to take that left leg and step behind the right side of your mat and flip that dog. Lifting your chest as high as you can. Open up the rib cage. Breathe deep. Now let's flip back over. Down dog here. And we're going to take that right leg up in the air. Push through that right heel, open up the hip, and move that right hip around. Now we're going to take that right leg over the left side of your mat and flip over. Once again, reach back with your right. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. And flip back over. And stretch the shoulders in the back. Step or jump. Come back up. Samastahiti. Now let's sit back one hand in chair, Urukatasana. And we're going to come down to the mat, have a seat on the buttocks, and we're going to grab those big toes and lift them up in the air. Push through the heels. Then take your right heel under your left hip and move that left leg in and out to get a greater stretch in the hip. And we're just going to cross that left leg over the right. Modified cow face. Take that left arm back and reach behind your right shoulder. Swing that right arm up and join those hands. Look straight out from your chest. And now on the other side, let's take that left leg under and the right leg over. Modified cow face on this time. Reach back with that left arm. Lift that left elbow high. Drop your right elbow down. Look straight out from your chest. Getting a good stretch for the triceps and the shoulders, the lats. Now today we are going to end our class in a seated meditation. Normally we go into Savasana, but today's going to be a little different. We're going to sit in Sukhasana, which is the easy pose. You're going to bring those hands over the knees, and you're going to bring your middle finger and your thumb together. And I want you just to do the same thing that we did when we started, is stack your shoulders over your hips, close your eyes, and breathe deeply in and out through the nose, and allow yourself another 5 minutes of meditation. And I want to thank you very much for watching Yoga with Cynthia. Namaste. Until next time.